Hi, Dad. I just reviewed this third installment in your birthday week salutations and realized that all the introductions I recorded, it looks like my eyes are kind of glued shut. And that's because, well, they sort of are from the irritation from all the smoke and ambient particulate matter from this bighorn fire that's been ravaging the Catalina Mountains near your facility and my house the past 2 weeks plus. So apologies for not opening my eyes. I'll try to do it right here. Love you. Bye. Hi, Dad. Beginning the third segment of your birthday week salutations. That's Luthien in the background, who insisted on being in my office, but is now making her mournful Bengal sounds. We're going to start out with the Jenkins. You know a lot about the Jenkins, obviously, but I think they have two great grandchildren for sure. And maybe there's a third one, or a third one is on the way. I can't remember. At any rate, they all are pretty close. I think there may be one family's in Colorado, but everyone else is in the Phoenix area, and so they have a lot of family there, which is nice. Although I think they're social distancing because of the coronavirus, because obviously as a doctor, Russ takes that very seriously, and he's had some health issues, as you know. Anyway, and then you got Becca, who I think is coming through a couple of difficult years. Her son, who just graduated high school, although of course graduation didn't have a physical component the way it used to. I mean, I think he walked, but he walked by himself. He had a really hard time, kind of like Sky did in high school, and really struggled with depression and just not liking the aspects of high school that are not just about, what you're studying. But he made it through. I'm not sure what he's doing this coming year. And their other child, that's Becca and her husband Chuck, Hannah, is at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, and I think she just finished her second year. She's 1 year behind Sky. And then, well, I'll leave it at that for now. And in the distance there, you can see Luthien. There she is, from the far corner of the screen. Love you, Dad.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
I know you miss the Yankees as much as I do. I wish they were playing, but it's a good happy birthday for you anyway. We can at least say they're not losing.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Dr. Birch. It's Becca Riddell, Becca Jenkins. Let's see, I'm going to give this a try. Alles Gute zum Geburtstag. If I totally butchered that, I'm just wishing you a happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hi, Dad. Next, you're going to see Chris Pratt. Back when I was an undergraduate and I met him, when I was with Anna Lee, we called him Christopher, and we continued to call him Christopher, and Kim also called him Christopher, but I guess he normally goes by Chris. And he lives with his partner, Dan. Actually, they got married when gay marriage was illegal in California. Then it became illegal, and now it's legal again. So I think that means that they're married. We went to their wedding. Anyway, he and Dan live in San Diego. They have a really nice house in a neighborhood close to Balboa Park with a wonderful backyard. And they were able to do that because they were up in Seattle for a while, the Seattle area. And Dan who's a computer programmer, was working for Microsoft, and basically, made enough money in the early 2000s that they could, they bought a house up in Seattle, selling their house in San Jose, which is a small house they bought in the 90s. And then they decided to sell the house in Seattle and buy a house in San Diego. And Dan has been working kind of on a more part-time basis, doing jobs just as they come, and then having a lot of time off, which he can do because he made a lot of money in the early 2000s working for Microsoft. And Chris works regularly still, 9-to-5 job in a computer assistance for some sort of healthcare concern. So it's kind of related to stuff that Miriam does, although I think more about making the systems all work. And he was in Balboa Park, and I mentioned that you liked roses, and so he wanted to show you the gardens that are just recently reopened.
Hallo, Herr Dr. Birch. Alles Gute zum 19. Geburtstag. My name is Chris Pratt. I'm a friend of Charlie's, and greetings from beautiful San Diego, California, where I'm talking to you from the Rose Garden in Balboa Park, which is now open again. And as you can see, it's kind of a beautiful day here in Southern California. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe, staying healthy. Have a good one.
Hi, Dad. Next up, you're going to see Joel Shalit. Joel, who was at my wedding, like Christopher / Chris Pratt, who you just saw, moved to Europe with his wife, Jennifer, in 2008, I believe. So 12 years. And for a long time after we did Bad Subjects together, Joel was an editor for magazines and would ask me to write regularly. And then in 2011, we co-founded the journal Salutations, which ran through last summer on pretty much 3 or 4 times a week, with content that was, I think, pretty unique. And although we didn't have a ton of readers, we had really good readers, a lot of readers in the media business. And then Joel got a new job as an editor for this European magazine called The Battleground. And he couldn't really do both couldn't do Susian and The Battleground. So, and we were having some problems with the Susian website. So Susian is on hiatus. We're going to try to revive it on a more limited basis really soon. But now as the editor of The Battleground, Joel has once again been asking me to write things for him. And so I've written a series of music features about popular music, the kind of stuff that Joel likes and which I like too. A lot of it more experimental electronic stuff, and with a European focus because The Battleground is based in Europe and about Europe.
Happy birthday, Mr. Birch. I'm Joel Shalit, Charlie's very old friend. I'm sure you've heard of me. I heard about your birthday. It sounds incredibly cool, and I want to wish you an excellent week. I'm sorry I wasn't able to send this on Sunday. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.
Hi, Dad. Another introduction. This is Justin St. Germain. You already seen this one. And, you know a lot about him because I read you the first chapter of his forthcoming book on Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. I really think you'd like Justin. He's just, a smart guy, relaxed. As I mentioned, we share an interest in a nostalgic interest in Philadelphia sports, although he's more of an Eagles guy than a Phillies guy. But he was very excited in 2008 when they won the World Series, and really into basketball. I believe this book that he has coming out is the book that he will need to get tenure where he is at Oregon State. So I hope that happens because these days everything is really stressful in the academic world. Love you, Dad.
Hi, Mr. Birch. My name's Justin St. Germain, and I just wanted to record a quick video to wish you a happy birthday. I know we don't know each other, but I'm friends with Charlie, and I've heard him talk about you a lot, and he just told me recently that y'all had read part of my new book, which is really kind of you, and much appreciated. You're one of the first people in the world to read it. I actually went to that Syracuse National Championship game in 2003 and was rooting for them against Kansas, who had eliminated Arizona in the Elite Eight. So I'm sending along a link to a short documentary about that 2003 Syracuse team that I thought you might like. Hope you have a happy birthday. Take care.
Just a note, Dad, Justin mentions at the end of his birthday salutation that he was passing on a link to an article about the 2003 Syracuse Orange national champions. So I'm going to try to track that down and read it to you at a later juncture. Love you. Hey, Dad. So that was the third segment of, birthday week salutations. You saw Russ and Marianne Jenkins, Becca Jenkins, Christopher Pratt, Joel Shalit, and Justin St. Germain. Take care. Segment 4 will follow. Love you.